This is to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They start the drive with Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
You look at this Baltimore defense.
And they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak, and what's working in their favor, the winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a give running right. It's Cook. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Again, it's Cook. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
It's caught by Coleman. He's got room to roam, and he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. To throw, it's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Here's Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. That one, a first down pickup of 8. The Ravens at 14-1 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Here's Jackson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Terrell Bernard getting in there to drop him for a sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 33. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 33. Now Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go. And sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
180. 1 shot. 1 shot. Yo. 1 shot.
To throw is Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Deontay Johnson from 6 yards away. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you talk about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Here's Cook again. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, no 2 ways around it. Anytime you get the current number 1 and number 2 seeds in the AFC playing each other this late in a season, it's a big game.
It is definitely a big game, and not just for seeding and placement and such, but for trying to establish yourself as a team to beat. You want everyone else in the league to look at you and say, boy, it's going to be tough to knock those guys off.
They go play action with Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 71 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. To the air, Allen. Buying time to his left. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to it. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. So the shotgun snap to Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
56, 56.
Throwing now is Allen. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Khalil Shakir. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And he takes a shot at the end of that play. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 49 yards. And the Ravens will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And within trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Shakir hauls it in. Through the middle of the field. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Khalil Shakir on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, it took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
Now it's Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the 3rd quarter will start from the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. He's got it complete. Derrick Henry. And he's got this down to the 35. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. They go play action now. Jackson out to his left. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down. They'll run with Mitchell. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Jackson now. And it's caught. Touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
From the 31, here's a 2nd down and 9. On play action, Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And complete right side to Cook. And he is going to have a Bills first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. To throw, it's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Tucker now to add the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Steps away to his left. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Gregory Rousseau in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw here. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 15. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down. Now Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Allen. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the 1st.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Jackson from the shotgun. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Allen going to throw. Forced out to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He didn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 69 yards. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Now third down and 7.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he has the Ravens first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Ravens, they continue their winning ways as they run their mark to 15-1 on the year. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.